Hey, I thought the whole purpose of the book was to get you out of the house, get up and moving. You were stuck here for so long crying. Now you got the book to do. Come on, let's get up, let's get at it. Ready? While I'm outside, ready to answer another question in my book. What's my middle name and who am I named after? Well, my middle name is Gilbert. Come here, boy. So my middle name is Gilbert, Anthony Gilbert, and I was named after my grandfather, Gilbert Vargas. I got his picture back at the house, some of his stuff. Where's your ball? Anyhow, I was named after my grandfather, Gilbert Vargas. He was a good man, Gilbert Vargas. Served in World War II. You know, typical American dream he had, you know, went to the military, came out, bought land, bought a house, raised his kids, had some grandkids. See my mom, so 4 daughters. And out of those 4 daughters, there was only 3 of us boys. Four boys, man, I'm all off count, man. I'll tell you, the older I get, the more I forget. But yeah, so he only had 4 boys, and I'm the second to the youngest. I have a younger cousin, which is his grandson as well. His name is Frank. And then it's me, and I was named after him. So there's 2 older boys before me, but I was the only one named after him. Hey, boy, come here. Ready? I was a lucky one, I guess. You know, this camera angle, yeah, you got me outside, but this camera angle is kind of funky because, believe it or not, I have my tripod all strapped up on me like a ninja, carrying his katana, ready to go to work, go to action, and the older I get, the more I forget. Fuck. Let's go, Cletus. Check out this view, huh? Pretty nice. Had to change the view up a little. I don't know if you can ever see me go with the sun behind me. Come here, don't you dare jump in there. So yeah, not coming from a very large family. Only 4 boys. You know, four grandsons is what my grandfather had. And I was the only one named after him. I'm proud to be named after him, you know. He was a good man, real good man. A lot of stories I have. We spent a lot of weekends at his house. He owned some property some miles away from his house. Come here. So we used to go camping over there for Easter. We'd do Easter egg hunt. We'd go over there a week before and clean up the property, what have you. Real good times. Come here, boy. Anthony Gilbert, that's my name. Now, Gilbert, I know, came from my grandfather. Now, the whole Anthony part, I don't know where that came from. I remember my mom saying when she was pregnant, her favorite actor at the time was some guy named Tony Beretta. I think I tried. You son of a bitch, that was close, asshole. I got my phone set up right in front of me between my bike and me. I'm using my bike as a tripod. I'll get a video of this. I'll show you how I did it. Anyways, and this son of a gun runs right through me. I thought he was gonna hit me. Anyways, I think there was this. Hey, get over here! Fuck! He jumped in, this son of a bitch. Get over here! Get in here! Come here! Come on! Again, asshole! Shit! All right, you guys. Every time that happens, I get in trouble by my wife. She, don't you be going to the canal? That's all I needed. So, time out. I'll catch you at the house. I'll get a close up of this dang canal this boy jumped into, so you can get a perspective of it. Come here, boy. Crazy. Always getting himself into trouble. Hey, what's that? Come here. Come here, what is that? Don't you pee on it. Come here. Come sit down. Sit. What is this? To Max from Grandma and Grandpa Tom. Oh, Max. Hey, Max, like from the Grinch. Max, come here. That's yours. Let's put it on you, Max. You're Max for today. Put it on. There, you're Max. Let's go. Go, Max, go. But we made it back, guys. That was a good little run, but he's a handful. You know, trying to get footage and control him and all this. It's tough, and as you can see, boy, it's quite an adventure, I'll tell you that. Anyways, let me get him settled in and we'll finish this up. That's good lemonade. Homemade lemonade. Neighbor down the street gave us a bag of lemons, so I decided to juice them. Make homemade lemonade. Ready to go. So back to who I was named after. Named after my grandfather. Great man. You know, I'm really proud to be named after him, you know, because when you think back of that generation, you know, volunteering. He actually, him and his brother volunteered for World War II. And I'll show you a picture of that. So they volunteered, they go to the war, what have you. So I'm proud of that, you know. You know, as a young kid, I really didn't want to go by my middle name. I didn't want to go by Gilbert. And I really didn't even like Anthony, to be honest with you. I used to tell everybody my name is Tony. So that's kind of what I go by now, is Tony. My family calls me Anthony. Nobody has ever called me Gilbert. At one time, I tried to go by Gilbert because I had a few childhood friends that, it was three of us. It was two Anthonys and a Tony. So it was me and this other Anthony, and he was known as Big Ant. I was Little Ant, and then there was Tony. So I thought of going by Gilbert, but it didn't stick because around the block, another kid moved in named Gilbert. So yeah, it was all confusing. So I went by Ant. I'm a Little Ant. What's up, Ant? What's up, Ant? My dad's side of the family, they call me Neely. Neely. I don't know where that nickname came from. I've asked them and they kind of said, I don't know. They told me, but I think I forgot. I get a lot of shit these days. But yeah, I'm proud to be named Anthony Gilbert. Now I am, now that I'm older. Now that I know the accomplishments my grandfather did,
for the accomplishments he did, whatever, how do you say that shit? Now that I'm older, I'm proud of my name. I mean, hence Anthony Gilbert's my page name. Very proud of my grandfather. I'm proud to have had him as a grandfather. You know, when he passed, it was pretty tough. His funeral services, it was so quick that nobody really knew how to do the military escort deal. So I got online, and at the time I was riding motorcycles, and got a hold of these guys named the Patriot Riders. If you ever need that, Patriot Riders, really good group of guys. I called them up and told them I didn't have any escort for my grandfather when he died. And they said, well, did your grandfather serve? And I said, yes, sir. He served in World War II, 76th Infantry Division. So he looked him up and looked up his information. He said, you know what, we'll be glad to do it. And they showed up on their motorcycles, and man, you would have thought we were burying the president the way they handled it. The Patriot Riders, them guys were a really good group of guys. They sent my grandfather off with complete honors. And I had one of my uncles, he also served in the military. He had flag duty. And at the time, my son had just gotten home from the Navy. So he was like the freshest out of the military. I don't know how all that works. I wasn't in the military. It's another part of my book, but I just spilled the beans. Spoiler alert. Anyhow, when my son had just came out the Navy, so when he went to the funeral, the honor guard, they relieved my grandfather's duties as job done, mission accomplished, I guess you can say it. So when they did that, they handed it over to my son, so which was pretty cool. So my son actually had to relieve the honor guard. It was nice. It was a good turnout. I'll forever honor that man, Gilbert Vargas. Man, what a great man. I'm proud to be named after him. And to the Patriot Riders, I thank you very much. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you guys, because without you, we wouldn't have had the escort that my grandfather deserved. He served this country, and you guys did him good. Appreciate that. You know, now that I'm a grandfather and I look around this yard, I get a lot of memories of my grandfather, because remember when he would tinker around with gardening, and I've tried. Not that great. Planted trees, as a matter of fact. This hammock I'm laying on, it's 2 trees I planted when we moved into this house. There he goes. Hey, cool it. It's chasing birds. Anyhow, it's just funny how a lot of the memories I have. Hey, enough. I find it crazy that a lot of things that I do with my grandkids, or especially like Anna, she's here a lot. A lot of things I do sparks memories of my grandfather. I remember my Tata used to do, I called him Tata too. My Tata used to do crazy stuff. He'd have his little garden, have animals, he'd have a goat, he'd have just always doing something around the yard, always doing something. And I'm kind of the same way. You know, he used to have this little shed I used to like playing in. He just had old tools and old, just whatever, random stuff, remember? And I used to go in there and just mess around in there. And watch out. Just old, he just had an old shed and always had old stuff in there. Just random stuff, kind of like me. It's weird. I kind of ended up like him, and I'm named after him. I don't know if it's just me, him, a family thing, a man thing, a grandpa thing. I'm not sure. But it's just got a lot of stuff, you know. Ladders, tools, gas cans, chairs, what have you. So I don't know, what do you think, coincidence? Coincidence that I'm just like him, that I'm creating the same memories for my grandkids that he created for me? Or am I just doing what he taught me? To be a great man and to be a great grandfather. I don't mean great grandfather as in great grandfather. I mean a good grandfather, the best grandfather. You know, every grandfather has that dang cup. Best grandpa ever. Whatever. You know, like I said, being a grandpa, you kind of just end up with random stuff in your house, in your yard. Like my Tata did. Like my grandpa did. Hey, you better leave my lemonade alone. I forgot my lemonade over there. Hey, come here. Sit down. Anyhow. And he's got to come put his ass right in my face. Ah! I didn't want him to get my lemonade. Knock it over either. Anyhow, I was named after a great man. I'm proud of my name now. Anthony Gilbert. That's me, Anthony Gilbert. And like my grandkids say, "Ay Tata," which is my handle, by the way. Ay Tata. That's how you pronounce it. It's Ay Tata. Every time I do something goofy, it's Ay Tata. That's what my wife says all the time too. Ay Tata. So it kind of gave me the idea for that. Ay Tata. Ay Tata. Look at me, Ay Tata, doing YouTube. Ay Tata. I'm goofy. Anyways. Thanks for watching. And remember, whatever you're going through could be worse. Someone out there's going through something worse off than you are. So head up. Keep on trucking. See you in the next one.